As you can see on the timeline, I broke up with my wife a few days before the wedding. This happened 2 days ago. Yep, I had to make that decision. Wondering why I made the decision? You know, sometimes in life, they always say prevention is better than cure. It's better for you to prevent it before it becomes something you can't handle or bear later on in the future. I've known this girl for the past few years. Wow, fine shit. As I was saying, I've known this girl for the past few years. Knowing her for the past few years, you know, we've been talking, we've been, you know, dating for a while. Like, everything has been going well, you know. In fact, to be honest with you, the first time I saw this girl, I was thinking, wow, this girl is so, you know, she looks so calm and collecting and everything, you know. So, you know, the more we start knowing each other more and more, like, it was so interesting. Like, this girl, to be honest with you, she had a very, very good heart, in a way that I know that, yes, you know, she has wife quality, she knows how to cook, she's everything, man. She's very, very good. But there's one thing about her that, thank God I had to find out, you know, a few months to find out about that. And that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm not an asshole. I'm not going to come here and call her name out. No, I won't do that. Nope, I'm not going to do that. In respect to her, even if, you know, it's what it is. So this girl, you know, she just got out of college, she finished her service, you know, everything like that, her degree, she's done. And, you know, we were together all the time, we talked every time, you know. So after she was looking for a job, and then she got the job. So after getting the job, she was working for this job for the past like 6-7 months. That was when she started working for this job, you know. And after working for the job, you know, sometimes I'll go, you know, call her, check her, like, you know, try to know everything that's going on with her. And everything was, you know, going well, like, never complain. Every single time I tried to, like, spend with her, you know, and everything was okay. Until there was a time I was FaceTiming her, and then there was these work buddies, you know what I mean? They were working at the same place. This guy is one of our co-workers, and this guy literally came and he literally, like, tapped her face. This guy literally tapped her face. Then immediately I saw that, I was like, hey, who's that? Who is tapping your face like that? And I saw it was a guy, but I couldn't see his face. Then she was like, nah, don't worry, it's fine. It's just, you know, don't worry, it's fine. It's just playing. There's nothing wrong. I was pissed off. Then later on that day, I had to call her. I was like, what that guy did, I didn't like it. What was that? You know, she tried to play it down. She was like, you know, that I should forget about it, that nothing happened. Okay, I was like, okay, yeah, no problem, it's fine. Another time, I was on FaceTime. You know, I was doing my work. You know, she goes to work. I was FaceTiming her again. This was like a few weeks after. Then another guy from nowhere literally went and, you know, draw her. Like, this guy literally, like, you know, tried to, like, push her head and, you know, trying to touch her, you know, physically, like, in a playful way. I was like, who is that other guy? Who is this guy that is touching you like that? She was like, that, don't worry, that nothing happened. You know what I mean? She tried to play it down. You know, she said, nothing happened. He was just playing with me, but she's going to figure it out. Okay, fine. After saying she was going to figure it out, I was like, okay, yeah, no problem, it's fine. Then I found out that another time again, she had a guy friend from those places that she was working, and she couldn't, she didn't have a ride at the moment, so she had to, rain was falling and she couldn't catch the bus. So what she had to do was to get an Uber. It was her sister got her the Uber. Immediately the sister got her the Uber, and I was like, I was talking to her, with the sister too. Everything was fine. She got her the Uber. Then there was this guy. I literally, like, she introduced me to the guy, but she said the guy is just a friend. I spoke with the guy, and the guy was, the time I spoke with the guy, he was telling me how good my girlfriend was, as my wife was, and how lucky I am to have her in my life. When a friend, a guy friend, is telling me how lucky I am to have her in my life, and all those things, that I got so lucky, like she's a very, very good wife, I was blah blah blah. I was okay, yeah, no problem. I didn't want to be disrespectful. Like, it kind of like did me in a way, like, I know, like, okay, don't talk about my wife like that, I know. So you know what I mean? So this time, what I'm saying happened at the beginning of the week. Then this guy was with her. She says the guy most times usually go with her. They used to close together. They used to leave work together. So this guy was supposed to, they were supposed to go to the bus together before the rain started falling. And I was like, babe, you need to get a ride. You need to get an Uber. You need to get an Uber. I don't want you walking in the rain. That guy friend was with her all the time we were talking, but he kept quiet. He didn't say a word. In fact, he didn't even move an inch. I didn't know he was there until when he spoke to someone else and I heard his voice. I was like, wow, is this your guy friend there with you? She was like, yeah, don't worry, he's here. But she didn't want to talk about it, That was before they were going to the bus and rain started. So when immediately the rain started, I was like, okay, no problem. Why don't you book an Uber? I told her to book an Uber. It's late. You cannot go in the rain. I don't want you to go in the rain. Then she was like, okay. She called her sister. Then her sister booked out the Uber, blah, blah, blah. So this guy, every single day, she tells me that this guy they just usually walk to the bus stop. And I was like, okay. She said the guy friend is going to a different location. And that different location, you need to take a different bus to get to that location. You cannot go through the same bus. She tells me they don't usually go to the same bus. Once they get to the bus stop, she told me this like a few weeks before. Once they get to the bus stop, that guy goes his way, and she goes her other way. So I now told her to get the Uber. Then she gets the Uber. So when she got the Uber, we were talking on the phone. 2 minutes after she was in the Uber, then I had this voice, a little voice. Then I was like, wow, isn't that your guy friend voice I just heard? She was like, which guy friend? I was like, your guy friend, right? Isn't that him? She was like, yeah, don't worry, he's just going to drop at the bus stop. He's going to drop somewhere. And I, okay, yeah, no problem, it's fine. Wow, I thought he lives in a different location, like you guys don't go the same way. She was like, yeah, don't worry, it will drop soon. So after that, I had to go back to my work, so I had to tell her I'm gonna give her a call back. 30 minutes after she was in the Uber, this same guy that she called her guy friend was still in the car with her. 30 minutes. And every day she tells me this guy only walks 5 minutes to the bus stop. 30 minutes after, in an Uber, this same guy is in the car with you. The Uber that you ordered, he didn't order the Uber, you ordered the Uber. And he's still in the same car with you. Then I was like, you guys go to 2 different locations, 2 different addresses, 2 opposite places. So why is he still in the car with you? So immediately I called her and I was about to ask that question. She was like, you know what, babe, I'm trying to figure out something right now. I will call you back. She tells me she's gonna call me back. You're gonna call me back? Okay, no problem. Then, guess what? It took her like almost another 40 minutes before she called me back. Then when she called me back, she was like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to buy something at the at another bus stop, but I couldn't get it. But now I'm home, blah, 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 blah. Then I was pissed off. I was like, you know what? Because immediately in my mind, I'm like, something is going on. Because if you are telling me this guy goes with you 5 minutes all the time, and now this is an Uber, this is not even a bus, an Uber, and he's in there with you for 30 minutes, and I'm pretty sure he followed you to almost home, or you guys, whatever you guys did. Then I got so pissed off. I was like, okay, no problem. Throughout the night, she called me, whatever. I didn't even reply her phone calls. I was so pissed off. Then the next day she called again. Then I called her and I was like, why was your guy friend still with you 30 minutes after? You know, and you said he usually dropped at the, you guys usually split whenever you get to the bus. So why wasn't there with you? Then she was like, what do I mean? Like, how will I be asking that question? Blah, 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 blah. Then she started shouting on me. She was like, why? Why am I being insecure? What am I thinking about? Blah. Immediately that pissed me off. I was like, what? Because this girl, I told you, she's a very good girl. Like, based on everything she does, we never get into any argument. But the only time we've gotten into an argument is whenever there is a guy involved, whenever there's something involved. Then she was like, well, man, I'm so insecure, blah, blah, blah. What am I thinking about? Is that the reason why I didn't reply a phone call? Blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, I'm not here to argue about another guy concerning my wife. And I was like, if you are going to go with these your guy friends you be having all the time, it's better you go with them, because I'm not here to listen to all this BS and start an argument over some other dude. That if it's either you are for me or you are for the street. Like that was it. Then she was like, yeah, no problem, bye. And I hung up. Immediately I hung up. Boom. And guess what? This same girl was the girl we were supposed to get married. Then the next day, maybe when her head was, you know, a little bit down, then she texted me. I never replied. She texted me again today and I just don't reply. And it's done. I'm literally done with her, because if you can have the same energy over some dude that you are ready to fight with your own husband over some other dude, why should I give my time? Why should I wife you up? Because this is the same girl that maybe after marriage, then she's like, yeah, he's just a friend, don't worry, let him come over, blah, blah, blah. This is it. This is the problem about having guy friends. I'm not saying you shouldn't even have friends, but the fact that this guy can touch you physically, and he can just, you are booking a ride for it, both of you are going together, and I don't even know where he was going, because you always told me he's living in a different place, in a different town. So why is he following you home to the extent that you were like 20 minutes away from home and he was still there? And you told me you guys are busy right now. In the Uber, you are busy in the Uber, and you said you were going to call me back once you are done, once you get home. How do I wife someone up like that? How do you expect me to wife her out? So then I was like, you know, I'm done with this. I told her I gave her an option. I was like, you pick me or you pick them, and boom, that's it. I'm done with her. I'm done, bro. This is what you get with these girls. You need to stand your ground. He's just a friend. He's just a friend. He's a bloody lie. Once a girl tells you he's just a friend, blah, 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 it's either you move. Just let her go. Let her go with her friend. Because immediately you are not there, that same guy, or there is an issue, that same guy, he comes in like a snake in the grass. You will never see this green snake in the grass. He come in, snooping. And they start saying, you know, I've always warned you about that guy. You know, I told you about that guy. And this is the guy I was supposed to get married to in the next few days. In the next few days, we're supposed to get married. But I'm done with her. Okay? This is the one thing I cannot tolerate. Is a girl, whenever they are saying it's just a friend, never believe that. It's a bloody lie. So that's the reason why we're done. And I've cut it off. I mean, I'll still miss her. Yeah? To be honest with you, like, I really did love this girl. Like, to be honest, I was like introducing her to everybody I know. Like this girl, people were like, yes, you're supposed to get married, but guess what? We're done. Okay? I know you might be watching this video too. We are done. I'm not going to deal with that. The only time we ever had an argument was over a guy. And the fact that you are willing, this is not the first time. It's been happening with different guys. And I'm like, what's going on with you? She's like, oh, don't worry, there's nothing. You always die it down, or you always start an argument with me anytime I bring it up. That I don't like this relationship you're having with these guys. This is not, it should be respectable. And these are even the guys at work. Imagine the guys she knew back in the day. So for me, just cut it off, bro. I know there are guys out there like they're in my position, and things like this are happening in your marriage, or your girlfriend is doing this. You need to stand your ground. You need to stand your freaking ground, bro. Otherwise, you're gonna get played. Stay safe out there. It's a wicked world we live in.